This closed CPD TV session is designed to provide Primary 2-3 teachers with an overview of the reading section within their active literacy packs. Further notes and guidance of teaching reading at stages 2 and 3 can be found in booklet 3 of the purple box. This booklet is called Teaching Reading, linked to talking, listening and writing. It is recommended that teachers spend approximately 55 minutes a day on reading linked to talking, listening and writing. Pupils should still be reading shorter graded books. They need to be able to read the text with increased fluency and more focus on improving their understanding and comprehension. The programme provides clear guidance for teachers on how to walk through the text with the group, as well as how to develop pupils' fluency and comprehension skills. The range of texts read at these stages should involve fiction and non-fiction books, with pupils reading at least 2 texts per week. As children move through to stage 3, they will be involved in reading shorter chapter books and shorter non-fiction books. Research by the National Reading Panel shows that there are 6 comprehension strategies which, when taught explicitly, are found to improve children's ability to understand text. Curriculum for Excellence outcomes for the English language identify a number of reading strategies found to be effective. These strategies have been categorised under the headings above with a framework with which to teach comprehension. Further information on these 6 strategies can be found on pages 7 to 15 of booklet 3. At these stages, pupils must be taught how to analyse and find stated and implied information. They must be able to identify how and why the author has introduced the story, to identify the main sequence of events or the main facts, understand what has happened to different characters and why, identify and understand different characters' intentions, feelings, reactions and reasons for them, identify how and why authors have used keywords and phrases to develop characters, situations and locations, and identify how and why the author has finished the story. In order for pupils to read effectively, they must be able to read quickly and fluently, monitor and check their own understanding while they read, select and use reading strategies in order to read with independence, understanding and confidence. They should read often at home and in class from text suited to their reading level, and also display a positive attitude towards reading. The Active Literacy Pack suggests book banding, and more information on this can be gained from the Curriculum Support Team. The packs recommend that the text pupils read should be book banded to enable pupils to access text which gradually increase in complexity. These books should ensure the texts are varied, of different interest levels, and are relevant to pupils' experiences. Pupils should also read from a variety of genres, including fiction, non-fiction, poetry, plays, narrative, etc., to ensure that the interests of all pupils are captivated. Increasing and monitoring pupils' motivation to use a wide range of these books is vital if children are going to be keen, successful and independent readers. The work covered by teachers here should focus on improving fluency, motivation and comprehension. The reading programme. Pupils should have 1 reading session on each of the 4 days every week. At least 2 texts should be introduced each week, and 2 days should be spent on each. On days 1 and 2, the pupils will work from 1 text. The pupils will then work from a different text on days 3 and 4. On day 1, session 1, pupils will focus on making links to prior knowledge, improving fluency, simple understanding and reading strategies. On day 2, which is session 2, pupils will focus on rereading a familiar text while stopping and checking for understanding, improving comprehension, skills of analysis and reading strategies. Pupils should also be taught to think and talk about the text they have read, summarising the main ideas and messages in their own words, answering comprehension questions, and create something new related to their new learning in either oral or written form. On days 3 and 4, the above sessions are repeated but with a different text. Further information and details on the methodology for teaching reading can be found on pages 23 to 32 of booklet 3. Guided reading, fiction text, days 1 and 3. This session focuses on before and during reading. The aim of this session is to make links to prior knowledge and improve pupils' ability to make predictions about the text and justify their answers, talk about the author's headings, pictures, titles, employ the strategy of skimming to aid prediction making, ask and answer purposeful questions, providing justification, visualize or make pictures in their mind from the information they have been given, read fluently and display a basic understanding of what they have read, and also to read the text independently twice. The use of the teaching strategies modelling and think aloud are central to this process. This session should take approximately 25 to 30 minutes, and further information on this part of the lesson can be found on page 25 of booklet 3. On days 2 and 4, the aims of this session will be to reread this text with their partner twice, think about the text, identifying the main ideas and messages, develop reading strategies that improve their comprehension, use highlighting, underlining and note-taking, talk about some of the main aspects of the text, the events, locations, characterization, feelings, and summarise these in their own words. They should be able to answer literal and inferential questions. These are the find it questions and the prove it questions. They should be able to find and identify author's craft, devices and features using the skills of analysis. They should be able to generate some of their own questions to expand their ideas and knowledge. Also be able to use and combine what they have just read to create something new or to continue the story. Further guidance on these sessions for days 2 and 4 can be found on pages 29 to 32 of booklet 3. Reading strategy for non-fiction text is slightly different. Modelling is a powerful strategy used by teachers to reinforce and focus pupils' understanding of the reading and writing of non-fiction texts. Teachers model the strategies and behaviour of an effective reader and writer by voicing their thoughts aloud as they read and write. Prior to reading, pupils are asked to think about and record all the knowledge they already have about their topic, so what they already know. This enhances the comprehension because it helps them think about sorting the information and vocabulary that they will meet when they come across it in the text. It also adds purpose to their reading. During the reading, the teacher will model strategies to show children how the skilled reader handles the process of reading text with understanding. The teacher may say, "I'm not sure what happens on this page. I think I'll go back and read it again." The teacher will then reread the section, emphasising key words and perhaps providing a brief summary. Pupils are reminded of the features of the non-fiction genre, and these are found on page 37 of booklet 3. After reading the text, the teacher may ask the children what they already knew, what they now know, and what else they would like to find out. The children will present their findings to the group, and this may be in the form of a diagram, a chart, a model, or perhaps a talk. Session 2 of the non-fiction reading focuses on activities during and after the reading. During the session, the children will read a familiar text with some speed and fluency. They need to be taught how to make notes by locating main ideas and important information, and also finding key words and phrases within the text. During this session, the teacher must continually model the main strategies of comprehension and analysis. The comprehension strategy triangle can be found on page 40 of booklet 3. With their partner, the pupils will then discuss the section of the text where clues can be found. They discuss what the text means, what it's saying, keeping in mind the questions that they've been asked. The teacher will model how to take this information as notes. Pupils are then asked to record their notes underneath with their thoughts and ideas. Their thinking and discussion could be used in a different colour pen. Dot jotters or discussion of the reading text could be used for this activity and are very effective. Pupils are encouraged to talk and think about the information that they have found. They should be taught to recall what information they or others already know. At this stage, pupils need to think and identify what the headings and subheadings could be and how the information could be grouped together under these headings. In pairs, trios or fours, the pupils can then decide how to record their findings from the notes and which illustrations, diagrams or charts could be added to support the text. Pupils will then produce a non-fiction report in a form of their own choosing, or they may write the report in support of their illustrations. Further information on report writing can be found on page 41 of Booklet 3. There are also really effective case studies of non-fiction work on pages 43 to 58. Exemplars for reading lessons for blue, orange, gold and white level, if schools have colour banded, can be found on pages 69 to 91. In paired reading, their pupils are paired up with perhaps a classroom assistant, a parent or an older pupil, and paired reading is an effective intervention. The child will select the text, and don't worry if it's too difficult, you can help them out if they're not sure. Choose a comfortable place where you can both see the book and have a look at the title and the front picture. Read the title together and ask the child what the story is going to be about, what they think it's going to be about. Read the book together, reading at the same speed as the child. When the child wants to read alone, agree on a signal that he or she will make. If they get stuck, give them time to have a go. Encourage the child to say the word correctly and then continue reading together. As you read, encourage the child to talk about the story. When the story is finished, talk about what happened. Instructions on how to make paired zigzag books can be found on page 99 of Booklet 3. Library Support for Schools have an excellent resource of picture cards which could be used to discuss what is happening in the picture. What are the sights and sounds, thinking up descriptive phrases, making up flashcards and writing summaries of their talks. A magical story world box can be any box which contains characters that could be used in a magical story world. Again, Library Support for Schools have excellent resources which could be used for this activity. Teachers should try to use the outdoor environment as much as possible, and the pack suggests pupils making a sequence of action pictures which are important to them and then discussing the main message contained in each. After the discussion, pupils will then be encouraged to add text to their photographs.